The Nets are 0-5 for the first time since 2015. Can they turn it around? Do they want to turn it around? Or should we just all call this a rebuild year? Let's talk some Brooklyn basketball with our Nets beat writer, Brian Lewis. B-Lou, appreciate you coming on, man. So I wish we could be talking about a 5-0 undefeated Nets team than a team that's been defeated all 5 times. But let's kind of break down some of the stuff, the storylines that came out of last night's Hawks loss. In last night's loss, Jordi Fernandez bench rookies Yegor Yeoman and Ben Surratt for the entire fourth quarter for 2 vets. Rookies have to play to develop, Brian. So was that the right call by Fernandez?
I'd say it was. I mean, here's the thing, man. He's trying to win. And I understand that the team is tanking. I get that. But people have to understand that players don't tank and coaches don't tank. So now organizations may do that, general managers may do that, but they do it by taking the former away from the latter. But Jordy's trying to win. And if you watched that game, Yegor struggled, Ben struggled, uh, and they were replaced by guys who were playing well, right? Martin played very well. Uh, Man played very well, and Man was put on the ball. He ended up with 6 assists, team high 6 assists. So the idea is, from Jordy's perspective, this is what I need to try to do to win this game. And I understand the reasons why the team is tanking. I understand the reasons why the fans would want them to tank. But those fans have to understand that there is also a danger within the locker room if the players see that you're not trying to win, right? And it's going to be pretty obvious if a coach isn't trying to win. So for that reason alone, yeah, it was definitely the right move.
Well, I have all the respect in the world for Jordi Fernandez then when you break it down like that, because I'm old school Herm Edwards. Hello, you play to win the
Play to
game.
win the game.
So,
Hello.
so now I have to kind of reshape my next
Sure.
question because I was going to ask,
Mm.
like, what are the top 2 or 3 reasons this team is so bad right now, and was this start somewhat expected? So let's say they were actually trying to win games. Could this team does it have enough to compete?
No. Uh, the projections are fair, depending on where you looked. And, I'm not a gambler, but 20, 20.5, 19.5, depending on where you looked, that's reasonable. They may win even fewer than that. Here's the thing. It's the quickest way to lose in the NBA. And this is something that Michael Porter Jr. pointed out completely unbidden last night, is when you hand the reins over to rookie point guard. Rookie point guards generally do not impact winning. It is the hardest position to play. It is like handing your team to a rookie quarterback. Now, the difference is the Nets don't have a seasoned veteran to hold the rookie's hand. They don't have a seasoned veteran that they can turn to when things start going sideways. They have 3 point guards, and all of them are teenagers. So that's the quickest way to lose. I think what's been moderately surprising is just how horrific the defense has been. I think people expected them to lose, even if their roster might even be better than last year, because they had 3 rookie point guards. But the problem is they've also embarrassed themselves defensively in terms of the lack of consistency of their effort, uh, looking disorganized out there, as if not everybody's on the same page. When you combine those two things, no, they don't have it in them to win at any kind of consistent clip. But again, this is what this season is, so that's not overly shocking.
So let me throw a hypothetical out there. If you or me, we're Jordi Fernandez, we
Mhm.
go up to the front office and we tell them, look, I want to be competitive. Like I need shooters. I need guys that can play game in, game out. Could there be a turning point to the season, a game, a decision, or a trade that could spark some sort of momentum for the next 3 or 4 months?
I think for the most part, any solution is coming internally. So, as an example, this is what I'm saying. Uh, Yegor struggled mightily. And Yegor, by the way, has struggled to get by anybody. He has struggled to beat anybody off the dribble. They're 5 games into the year, and he doesn't have a single 2-point basket. Not one. Um, so the improvement is going to come from probably within the building. Um, but as I said, they have 5 first-round draft picks. So those guys theoretically are going to develop as the season goes on. That's probably where your improvement will come, or it will come from guys getting on the same page defensively. It can come from Jordi and the coaching staff tweaking things. And last night, not only did they, as you correctly point out, tweak the rotations in the lineup, but he also tweaked what he was doing defensively and went away from this aggressive defense where they were blitzing pick and rolls, but that means everybody has to be on a string behind and rotating, and went more to a little bit of a switching defense in the fourth quarter, and it worked. Those are the kind of ways that they're going to improve. If they're making a trade midseason, and I do expect there will be at least one, if not more, that's probably going to be more for the big picture. In other words,
Okay.
if that's trading a veteran to get another lottery pick or another, I'm sorry, more draft picks, I won't say lottery picks. If they're trading a veteran to get future draft equity, that's probably the kind of trade you're going to make. I don't see them making a trade mid-season to try to win an extra game or three because that's counter to what this entire season is about.
Well, I've had to kind of. I came into this interview with some optimism and wrote the questions, thinking like,
Well,
okay,
I'm
how could
sorry to
they
be
turn it
dream
around?
crusher here.
You
I'm
just
sorry.
you just told me there's no Santa Claus, so thank you, Brian Lewis. So I guess how bad can it get though, Brian? Like, are we talking 2009, 2010 when they finished 12-70? Do you think this year's Nets team can break that record?
Well, I mean, it's not like they're completely devoid of talent. I mean, listen, Michael Porter Jr. is a very gifted shooter. And he's a guy who's won also. I mean, he's a guy that's got a ring. So it's not like he doesn't have pride or he's not trying. He's a solid player. He's probably the best player right now on their roster. Cam Thomas is a gifted scorer. He's a bucket, right? Now Nick Claxton can play and needs to play better than he has played so far. He played well last night. If Nick plays like that most nights, they have the ability to win some games. So yeah, I think 12 is a little low. And as I said, they do have 5 first-round draft picks. So I think there is a potential for them to be better than that. Uh, Teens, high teens, maybe 20. I think that's reasonable. And I think once you start seeing some of these young guys, you start seeing them reap the benefits of the experience that they're getting and the hard learned lessons that they're taking, then I could see improvement maybe in the second half of the year.
Looks like I'll be going to Nets games to go to the Shake Shack that's across the street. They have really good burgers.
They got a
Brian
Shake
Lewis,
Shack, they do.
thank you for coming on today, and we'll talk soon, most definitely.
Oh, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.